What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA, picking with Pop, right here on Pop of his TV. Let's go. Oh man, let's redo that. Forgot I was in the other joint yesterday.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Yeah, great fire.
When I want to chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. When I want to chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. I'm trying to get rich. Who else in the building trying to break the house? What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid, that feeling back up in here. One more yin. Happy Saturday, and yes, playoffs? Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just hope that we can win a game and then another game. Shout outs to, you know what I mean, the famous coach who said that. A lot of y'all probably don't even know about that. Playoffs? We made a whole song about the playoffs, putting him in there. Anyway, regular season is over. In season tournament is gone. That's yesteryear. But by the way, we went 5-1. And yes, we are keeping records still. That's why you see JaY tagged up there. JaY Briggs. Shout outs to Pick Dogs. He went 0-6. Jeez. 0-6. Horrible. But that is yesteryear. We will give a quick recap, as we always do on my channel. Quick recap. Yesterday's games. We told y'all, Magic. I said Charlotte might get in there, but I took the Magic for a reason, because I was saying that the league don't really want to see Charlotte get Hulk smashed by the Pistons. And a better matchup would be Orlando against the Pistons. We also said that Phoenix Suns wasn't going to lose 2 in a row at home. They just wasn't. They just wasn't going to lose 2 in a row at home. And although Steph Curry, the light-skinned man, woo, 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 and finished off the season a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. And so did the Magic. But when fully healthy, they got good pieces. And I hated them for losing to Boston with no players, for wetting the bed against Philly, getting their ass spanked, even though we had Philly. But Ben Curl, is the Timu LeBron, you know what I mean? I guess, you know what I mean? As far as body structure, body type, you know what I mean? Still figuring it out with a young team. Got Bane, got friends, Wagner, the Wagner brothers, Anthony Black, etc., Wendell Carter. They got good pieces, you know what I mean? But injuries did derail them. Sometimes grit and having that home field advantage. Plus, we said that, Charlotte ain't did nothing. You niggas been losing. Look like you could use us. You ain't been winning nothing. And I figured back-to-back on the road, high-stakes game, you're not going to get in and win. But that was yesterday. Today's day, it's early in the morning. I've been talking about the Jail Ain't No Good walkathon, which, we're going to be out there doing today. So it's early in the morning. It's 8:36, top of the morning. Shout outs to everybody. I won't be going into who's going to win the series with these 4 NBA games today. But I will, obviously break down the games today or who I think can win. We'll get into the series when I got more time, because I actually got to get out of here. But with that being said, probably should have just said first game up first. First game up, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road. at Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Cavaliers is giving 8.5. What? Giving 8.5 on a team that beat you 3 times. Now I get it. It was early season, October and November, so that shit don't even matter. That shit don't even matter. Or does it? No James Harden. He wasn't on the team. One of the games, Donovan Mitchell didn't play. That matters. Jared Allen didn't play in one of the games. So Toronto won all 3 games. Different team, different stakes. But I'm on Toronto. I know James Harden he's better than Garland. He's not younger than Garland. But when both is healthy and doing what they do, you can't, undervalue experience, high stakes games. And you can say in some of those games, he faded away, or you watched his life go down, down, down. But nonetheless, he's still who he is, and he's top 75 player, right? With him and Dwayne Wade was going back and forth with Patrick Beverly and I am Kevin Durant. So James Harden is James Harden. Garland, you still ain't proved nothing yet. You ain't did nothing yet. Lemonade ain't cold enough yet, right? So James Harden is better, so he does elevate them in this type of setting. I think they win. I don't think they cover that 8.5. Cleveland ain't been covering. It's the playoffs. It's a different season now. But you got to prove it to me. Donovan Mitchell, Shaq says you can't lead the team to the promised land. First round in Utah, you're out of here. First round in Cleveland, you're out of here. So you got a lot of proving to do, boy. You got a lot of proving to do. And I think you will prove it this year by beating Cleveland, beating Toronto, even though I said I won't get into who's going to win the series because I got to go to work. But for this game here, Cleveland money line, Toronto with that 8.5. I think it's entirely too many points just because, even though I said all that about Harden, just because you adding them in, 8.5 points for a team that beat you, even though it's been early in the season, 3 times is a lot. They ain't got nothing to lose. They got everything to win. They're going to come play loose. It's early on a Saturday. And I think they come out and probably be leading early in the game. That's just my early hunch. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road at the Denver Nuggets. Denver's giving 6.5. Totally reversed this year. Last year, let's take it back in time. You take it back in time last year, Ant-Man and them, they swept the Denver Nuggets, got them up out of here, swept them up out of the playoffs, gave OKC a run for their money. And oh, by the way, right, they're the team that's been in 2 conference finals the last 2 years. Not Denver, right? Denver been lucking up catching the Lakers because they own the Lakers. Who's your daddy? The Lakers, is owned by Denver. Just like the Knicks own Toronto. We'll talk about the Knicks in a minute. This year, reverse, like a circle, it's been the other way around. I think Minnesota has won 1 game. It went to overtime, 142-138. The other games, Denver won 123-112, and then by 8 points. So Denver's 3-1 this year. Minnesota, now that the regular season is over, still got one of the best dynamic duels, in the NBA with Ant-Man on the come up, and he's the, Michael Jordan-esque, so they say, right? Then you got Julius Randle, playoff experience, played with the Black Mamba, rest in peace, Kobe. Defensive player of the year, not last year because that was Mobile and Everly, but Rudy Gobert. I think Denver will win the first game at home. I don't think they're going to cover that 6.5 point spread. Although they won 3-1 this year in the series, there have been close games. Even with the 23-12, it's still only, 11 points into the game. Closeout minutes, couple of turnover, missed baskets here, couple of fouls here, and then it went to overtime, the game that, Ant-Man and them won 142-138. Again, I think Denver will win today's game at home, but I don't think they cover the spread. Next game up, we got my New York Knicks at home, hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Knicks giving 5.5. And I know I got to go to work and this show ain't going to be late. But if you've been rocking with Pop, if it's TV and NBA all season picking with Pop, then you know what's about to happen. It's New York in the house. It's Brooklyn in the house. Uptown in the house. Like, Shaolin, are you in the house? Japan, are you in the house? Sacramento, are you in the house? Baby, baby, come on. Baby, come on. Baby, come on. Rest in peace, ODB and Wu-Tang. We love the kids. Y'all see the Wu-Tang banner right there. New York Knicks giving Atlanta 5.5. And before we get to that game, I know the New York Knicks is like, damn, 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 because we didn't get Toronto Raptors. That's who we wanted. That's who we came here. We ain't come here for no muscle-bound Jimmies. We came here for that girl. We came here for Toronto because we own them and we're their daddy. But we didn't get them because Atlanta lost purposely, sat their players. And then who beat them in the last season? Miami, I think, beat them. And then they crawled their way from the, the 5th spot to the 6th spot. Maybe thinking that New York Knicks was a better matchup than Toronto Raptors. Than the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't know if that's what they want. And y'all know if you have been rocking with Pop, if it's TV, picking with Pop, y'all know I'm not a homer. I did all that, but I don't be just throwing my money out the window thinking the Knicks is going to win, and I fade them a lot. And we'll get into, again, when I pick the series, when I have more time before I got to go to work. As far as are they going to do it or not, they did get their bling blow in the in-season tournament. Are they going to win a ring? Keep it honest with you and keep it a buck. I don't think so, right? I hope they do, but I don't think so. With that being said, today's game, young players on Atlanta, you got Jalen Johnson, and you got Reza, and you got CJ McCollum, veteran. You got Jonathan Kuminga. They got a lot of good athletic wing players. They got a lot of good players. But so do the Knicks. Knicks kind of geared their team up to face Boston with Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, etc. And that's why we beat them last year, despite what people may say about Jason Tatum. Obviously, he matters, getting messing up his Achilles and being out in 7 and all that. I think the Knicks will win today. I think the Knicks will cover today. Not that the stakes will be too big for Atlanta, because we know that when Trae Young was there, ice cold, when one of the fans spit on him, disgusting, deplorable, behavior for New Yorkers, even though New Yorkers ain't shit, right? But the fans threw water and all that when they bumped us out of there. And then we thought Atlanta was going to be on the come up, and since then they haven't done anything. I think the Knicks win today. I think they say like, oh, y'all wanted us? Oh, like, all right, well, we're going to put foot to ass and we're going to get you up out of there. So I think the Knicks win today. I think they cover that 5.5. But I think it will be a tighter series where we'll be saying, damn, Knicks, who knows? I think the Knicks win today, though. Next game up, last game of the night. And then we are out of here. We got the Houston Rockets out on the road at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers and Houston, we have a problem, or do they? Houston giving 5.5, just like my New York Knicks. We know that it's no Luka Doncic, right? We know that it's no AR. We know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ain't walking through that door. You know what I mean? We know that all of the Laker greats ain't walking through that door, right? I'm being funny, but I'm not. LeBron James is still there, right? DeAndre Ayton and the rest of the squad, like Bronny James, what's the other, Connect, whatever his name is, right? And obviously my guy from Boston that they got over there now, Marcus Smart. The Lakers have won this season series, and it was a 2-game back-to-back series in Houston. The Lakers won. Obviously, they star players was there. When you look at RotoWire, it's the first time that I mentioned that. Look at RotoWire before you do your bets. I know it's early in the morning. You know what I mean? But Kevin Durant is questionable knee. They saying the knee. I would not be surprised if he sit for the first game. And why would I not be surprised if he said, oh, right, this shit is sports and entertainment. Oh, that means this shit's scripted and rigged, and the money goes where the people that's at the top say they want their money to go. We bet our hard-earned money, but this was what they do. They say, one for you, one for me. They say two for you, one, two for them. You know what I mean? Like 3 for you, 1, 2, 3. You can believe what you want, but we've seen it often too many times. I ain't even gonna go on that because I got to get to work. But got a funny feeling that even if he plays, Lakers cover this game. Not so much win, but I won't be surprised if they win, because if they win the first game, that means it has a chance for it to extend longer so that their players could come back from being injured. In my personal opinion, outside of shit being scripted and rigged, Houston should win this matchup easily, not only today, but if those players don't come back, they should sweep the Lakers. At least 4-1. You know what I mean? Maybe 4-2, because they have closing issues at the end of the game. But the news, Stephen A and M, ESPN, all the different platforms that I've been watching when it comes to sports, everybody's saying Lakers don't have a chance because they shouldn't. But then what happens? The underdog come rising to the top, and you know what I mean, the eye of the tiger, and all of a sudden King James, how is he pulling the rabbit out his ass? Yeah, right. So I think Houston will win today, money line. I think the Lakers will cover with that 5.5. That's who I like, and that's who I'm going to take in this game. With that being said, the playing games, as I said, we was 5-1. We wasn't doing the theme music, but now we got some locks for today because it's 4 games. Let's get to the theme music real quick and let's get out of here.
Yeah. Great fire.
Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, 101 popimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, 101 popimism. Coupon gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the back lines in the air, throwing signals.
All right, guys, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks that get you and me the winner. Chicken dinner's like the song for the newbies that's tuning in and you just found Pop of his TV picking with Pop at the end of the season. I'm going with the Toronto Raptors with that 8.5, and I'm going with my New York Knicks with that 5.5. Not a homer pick. I think the Knicks will say, y'all shouldn't have asked for us. You had a better chance with Cleveland. We've been to the conference finals last year. They did. With that being said, that's who I like. That's who I'm taking. You can let me know who you like. You can let me know who you taking. All I'm asking, if you is new, just hit that like button so I can stay in your algorithm. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, picking with Pop, right here on Popovich TV. Of course, we are live, we rolling, we are unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money on this Saturday, first day in the playoffs.